Oh, good. You're awake again. How does the head feel? Is that is that okay? I got some extra pillows for you last time. Last time you... Do you remember me? I mean, you probably don't. Wait, no, don't say anything. Just nod yes or no. Yes or no. Yeah. No, you don't. Do you remember anything? A little. Yeah, that's what I figured. This would be the third time this week, wouldn't it? Even I'm having trouble remembering, though. They said it wasn't infectious, but then we knew better, then, didn't we? Of course, of course, that's what happened. We always knew better. Wait, no, don't. It helps if you don't say anything. I know you want to. All this is very confusing. But just last time we tried, just trust me, okay? I know it's odd, but I'm your friend, at least for now. Have been for a while. Name's Riz. Drizzle. Whatever. I have a lot of nicknames, and it's... God. I've done this... I can't even count it on my fingers. It's over 20. I've done this 29 times at this point, and I'm still no good at it. I'm really sorry for that. You deserve better. You really, really do. Deserve better than to be here cooped up with me, forgetting over and over again. But hey, like they said, no good deed goes unpunished. So, where do I start? Go ahead and drink from the cup right there. It's some pain meds mixed with water. It's nothing special. You'll need them after a while. I know, all this sounds rather bleak. I got in my head multiple times to just end it for you, somehow, but I don't know, man. I just always keep coming back to that hope you gave me before, and even now, what am I saying? I'll be telling you none of this. Thing is, you know how I said 29? A couple of times I tried not saying anything, a couple of times just to see what would happen, and it wasn't pretty. A lot less pretty than when you remember. So, I'm sorry that... I mean, if you believe anything that I'm saying, you're bound to be thinking that you're trapped in your own personal cyclical hell, and yeah, that's sort of true. But, my gosh, man, if I wasn't here, it would be so much worse. You should have seen the place last time. Last time you didn't remember anything, and my gosh, it wasn't pretty. This is your parents' apartment, too. Yes, it was. I don't know where your parents are now. Probably think you're dead and are happy about it. They were always like that, weren't they? I mean, I don't remember that well. They were usually out of the picture, at least with us. So, yeah. Where do I start? You, infection? Usually I start with the infection first, and that seems to work a bit better. Usually best for you to understand the void in your mind a bit before I try and pour things into it. Which, I mean, is what I've been doing, but cut me some slack. I'm human. Always have been, and that's what made it so bad. The infection... Yeah. You were the first one to see it. At least see the pattern. Cases had been popping across the city for a few years. Pretty much all of them were ascribed to personal injury, concussion, traffic accident, things of that nature. Now, of course, that was plausible. It was pretty much papered over by the officials, because of course it was. It was profit motive. And so long as it didn't touch one of your friends or one of your family, most of the people didn't care. It was a slow burn. A couple of people here one day, a couple of people the next. Nothing more. Just a bunch of cases of amnesia. Nothing else. Nothing to be too scared of, not really. At least that's what they said. Of course, you being here and me being here, we doing all of this song and dance over and over again, seems that wasn't the case. I've never quite gone into what they're after. You would have known. You're always smart like that. But there's something. It's like they call it an infection, but it's not that. Not technically. I don't think it couldn't be, because this thing isn't infectious, even though it seems to jump between person-to-person contact like. It isn't biological by any means, it isn't even mechanical, it's just something of the air, it seems. You would have known. Going in circles again. Of course, that's what I always do. Always what I did. You were the only one to straighten me out, make it so that my logic found a line to something worth speaking about. Yeah, the infection. We estimate the numbers now at 15,783. And that's just in town. We keep going on with the days, and see, I don't always want to be bleak, but yeah, things are bleak. They're very, very bleak. Each day after this, and whenever I can't remember, I just wander about the streets looking at the baleful stars shining lazily down upon us, cursing us with every single second of their gaze. And I don't know, man. It's hard, but we're here. I'm here. You're here. And even though all the situation just keeps going to trash, I keep going on. Because, I don't know, I figure one day, someday, just by being in your presence, I'll be able to understand what you understood after a while. It hasn't happened after a couple of months, but hey, I'm still not dead. I'm still not infected. But taking the things you left out for me, and they seem to be working pretty good. I forget stuff, yeah, but I forget stuff the way I usually do. Because, my 9's not the best, but yeah, it's been working good. And thank you for that. The infection. Okay, there's more I usually cover here. No. I'll get to that later. I'll mix things up a bit. See, Tobias, see. Yeah, God, I'll let it slip. Your name's Tobias. There's not many people who know you by that name now. Not many people who know you at all, at least physically you. There's a lot of people out there who know you as something else, something you did in the past. And it was a real great, courageous thing. Not the befriending me part. Although, I'd like to say that was a good and courageous thing, too. It certainly saved me multiple times in life. Maybe literally saved my life, but yeah. You're Tobias. You're 27 years old as of last April 24th. You're the best guy I've ever known. And it's terrible that we have to go through this. But again, I don't want to be a downer. Let's see. What else do I need to remind you of? The recent past, politics, the sciences? You never seem to forget the sciences. I don't know what's up with that. Like, you remember science and cuisine and language, but not like your motor functions? Not really. Not your family, not me. And I'd love if for one day, you actually did remember something beyond that which I told you about yourself. But it doesn't look like that's ever going to be the case. At least not until that miracle I dream of where I certainly become as smart as you happens. But yeah. So, the recent past. The recent past always helps you. So, the cases were getting to the low 6,000s, like 632. And, people were actually being able to identify it everywhere. Like, my grandma had a really obvious case. It's something that wasn't just early onset Alzheimer's, dementia, or any of those other medical things. Just real rapid forgetfulness. And, we started taking care of her back home. That was a real mess. Again, you don't remember anything of my situation back home, but there were a lot of overworked, unenthusiastic, exhausted people over there. Good and loving, but man, none of us get enough sleep. I sort of do now, but it's only because most of my ties are cut. But yeah, Gran wasn't doing too good. We were feeding her, giving her medicine. Wasn't nearly as effective because, you weren't on it before, but she was doing okay. Sort of. And my mind and my heart still breaks thinking about her. About you, about all the people out there who used to not have any voice, but yeah. We took care of her. Her decline was rapid. Within a couple of weeks, she couldn't remember anything. Not even how to eat. That's how you'll probably go too. Unless I'm still praying to the cursing stars about that revelation. Again, another downer. I'm trying to avoid these, man, but Tobias, you don't get it. No. I don't get it. That's what it is. Because even when you saw this, even when you know this thing was almost inevitable, you kept fighting. But then you always kept fighting. That's what made me fight. Made me think that there was actually some power in me that could make me fight this. Not even just the infection, but the other nastiness in the world. And boy, there's a lot of nastiness out there. Especially after they shut the levers off. But, yeah. Gran declined rapidly, and no, I turned to you. We hadn't talked in a while, and that wasn't either of our faults. You was something that you had never revealed to me, and me with just, I don't know, my work, caring for my family and stuff, and I was just so tired. It wasn't any bad blood, at least not that I can remember. But then I finally ginned up enough energy to come to you, show you what was going on, and somehow, you already knew. You already understood the madness that was springing up from underground, and you already had the numbers. Man, Tobias. I don't know, I'm sometimes just in awe of you, of what you did. And then you offered me this chance to go with you, to break out the vaccine, at least that's what you called it. Because the infection thing's not biological, so you can't really have a vaccine for it, but anyways, it would help a little. It's what you're on now. And you had the whole strategy planned out, and the other black-coated guys, you already knew them, already trained, planned everything. You just needed me. And I don't know why, because, I don't know, I didn't have any skills, muscles, or intimidation, or anything like that. I guess you just needed me because I was me. Because I reminded you of old, good times, something to fight for, something to look forward to. And I love that, even though I played no real role in the break-in besides being another body to scare them off. Man. The entire city is in awe of you. At least what they think is you. Damn them. Damn them all to hell. Because during that night, just at the tail end, we'd already secured all the crates, and we'd even wiped some formula papers too. Just all that. And one of them, one conniving little bastard, I don't know how they do it. They got you somehow. I don't know. Maybe you were already infected beforehand. I should have watched out for you better. So this whole situation is in some way kind of my fault. Maybe, I don't know. That's always the problem. I don't know. But they look up to you out there, man. And I know it doesn't feel real because you can't remember any of it. And it's not you. It's just the idea of the savior that is you. But you're not a savior. You're just a really good man. And I guess that's why I'm still coming here every day. Every day when I know that there could be a greater life for you out there. I'm just trying to salvage you. Salvage your memory. Make something good of the future. Claw it out of the past. It's pathetic, I know, but yeah. You understand. You always understand.